Are you working harder than ever to grow your law firm, but still feel like success is just out of reach? Many law firm owners believe the next million in revenue is the solution, but what if that's not the answer? Welcome to Breaking the £1 Million Myth, the podcast for law firm owners who want a high-profit, low-stress law firm. I'm Michelle Peters, former Magic Circle solicitor turned law firm growth strategist, sharing practical advice to help you grow a law firm that's not just successful on paper, but actually works for you. Let's dive in. Welcome to episode 10, Real Talk About Real Concerns. By now, if you've been listening to the Breaking the £1 Million Myth, you probably have a few questions of your own. Maybe something I've said struck a chord. Maybe you're skeptical. However you feel, and whatever questions you have, this episode is all about answering them. The types of questions I hear from law firm owners all the time are the kinds I'm going to answer in this episode. They aren't abstract, they're real, they're honest. They're questions I've received via email, at workshops and webinars, and via messages on LinkedIn. And they might be the exact thoughts that you have that are holding you back from the kind of growth and freedom that you want. So let's dive into some of the most commonly asked questions and concerns and beliefs that I've heard since launching this podcast and in my years of working with small and boutique law firms just like you. Question 1. I've tried fixing things before. How do I know this will actually work? Well, this is a very real concern. I often speak to law firm owners who have invested time and money in coaches, courses, or quick fixes that didn't deliver. The difference isn't just the strategy, it's the structure and the accountability. My profitable practice operating system isn't a magic bullet, but it is a proven, personalised system with built-in review points and support. The key is consistency, not complexity. Question 2. I don't have time to do marketing or work on the business. I'm far too busy with clients. Well, you're not alone in feeling this. But the truth is, being too busy is often a symptom of a business that's running you rather than the other way around. And the irony is, if you don't make time to work on the business, you'll never escape the busy trap. Working on your business doesn't need to be time-consuming, but it does need to be intentional. If you carve out just 30 minutes a week consistently to focus on your strategy, to focus on your skills, and have the right support, then you'll start to see results. Remember, even 5 hours a year on your business is better than none. Start small, but start. Question 3. My firm is unique and different to all the rest. That won't work for me. Well, every firm is unique. Every owner has a different story. No one's debating that. In fact, being different is one of the things that drives success. But the principles of growth, profitability, and freedom are universal. When you're looking to break the £1 million myth, you don't need a one-size-fits-all solution. Everything I teach is adaptable. What's important is that we apply the right frameworks in a way that fits your goals, your values, and your market. That's why planning and personalization are such a core part of what I do. Question 4. I became a lawyer to practice law, not to be a salesperson. Completely understandable. But without clients, there's no practice. So you have a couple of options. You can be an employee at someone else's firm. There you'll be able to practice law all day, every day, without having to worry about where the clients are coming from, or the payroll, or the utilities. Sounds awful, doesn't it? The other option is to learn how to articulate the value of what you do. You don't need to become a slick and sleazy snake oil salesman. You just need to be able to communicate. The best and most profitable client relationships begin with honest, clear, confident conversations. You are skilled at what you do. Once you've won the work, you'll do an excellent job for the client. So think of it not as selling, but as solving. As serving. Question 5. I shouldn't have to do all the marketing. I resent having to sell myself. This is one I hear a lot. But here's what I want you to consider. Marketing isn't really about selling yourself. It's about connecting your expertise to the people who need it most. You're not shouting into the void. You're raising your hand and saying, I can help. Reframe marketing as service. You're not being pushy, you're being present. And the more visible you are, the more clients you can help. Question 6. I've worked with coaches and consultants before. What makes the way you do things any different? I hear this really often. Law firm owners are clever, dedicated, kind, generous people who are driven to succeed, and as a result can end up spending money and time on people and places where they shouldn't be spending it. But everything I've shared and everything I do is aimed at helping law firms succeed in an empowering way. The Profitable Practice Operating System, my experience as a Magic Circle lawyer, helping you adopt a CEO mindset, the books, the articles, and the ideas I share, all of these things will move you from a grind firm to a freedom firm on your own terms. With many coaches and consultants, what they're doing is designed to help you get a single result in the moment. Like a marketing coach helps with marketing, business coach is just focusing on the business, but in a more generic way. My way is a complete system designed to get you everything you want, moving you from a grind firm to a freedom firm on your own terms, moving you from add more to do more thinking, helping you adopt a CEO mindset, moving you into the 200K club, the clarity of long-term strategic planning, fine-tuning your vehicle to make the journey easier and quicker, escaping the tyranny of the time for money model, using the Profitable Practice Accelerator model to get the clients you want, the time off you want, and the profits you want, and using the 3+3 formula and the books and the articles I've published and the creation of the Profitable Practice Operating System, all these things combined will move you from a grind firm to a freedom firm on your own terms. This is all about showing you a different business model and a different way of thinking about law firm growth. Question 7. My clients won't pay more or they can't afford it in my area. I understand the fear, but it's often just that, fear. If your competitors are undercharging, that's not your benchmark. Competing on price is a race to the bottom. Your job is to communicate your value more clearly, to deliver that value with certainty and transparency, and when clients understand what they're really getting, they'll be willing to pay for it. And if a few clients leave, that's okay. You'll likely make more working with fewer, better fit clients. Question 8. Is it really possible to increase profits by doing less? Yes. And I've seen it happen dozens of times. When you focus on conversion, fees, time efficiency, the right kind of marketing, and not just the volume of the work you're doing, you unlock hidden profit. The goal isn't more work, it's better work with better clients at better rates. Growth doesn't always mean more. Sometimes it means smarter. And I've already shared with you testimonials or case studies in previous episodes of small law firm owners who've achieved exactly that. Like Alan, who doubled his fee income whilst reducing his working hours to 4 days a week. Question 9. How long does it take to see real change following these processes? Well, every firm is different, but here's what I see most often. Clarity within 1 week, momentum within 30 days, visible results in 90 days, and real transformation in 6 to 12 months. Timeline depends on your starting point and your commitment, but change is absolutely possible and often faster than you think. Question 10. What if my team won't let go of how we've always done things? Well, this is incredibly common, especially in firms that have been around a while. But the truth is, team resistance usually softens when they understand why the change is happening and how it benefits them. So make it collaborative. Show them how the vision of what you have will help benefit them. Listen to their fears. Change becomes easier when people feel heard, supported, and included in the journey. And don't forget, your leadership sets the tone. If you're committed and confident, your team will follow. Question 11. I hate billing targets and timesheets. Why do we need them? Well, billing targets and time tracking are tools. But if they're making your firm feel like a grind, something's gone wrong. We track time and revenue to improve efficiency, not to create pressure. The goal isn't to hit an arbitrary number, it's to understand where your time goes and how to improve profitability without burning out. So let's shift the focus from being surveillance to strategy. Question 12. I don't want to grow a big team. Can I still scale without hiring more people? Absolutely. Growth isn't about size, it's about structure. You can increase profitability by improving your processes, fees, and conversions. You can also use part-time support, automation, and better client qualification to reduce the burden on you and your existing team. Scaling isn't just about doing more, it's about doing less better. Question 14. Isn't this just for ambitious firms? I'm happy coasting. Well, there's nothing wrong with stability unless it's keeping you stuck in a cycle of low profit and high stress. Coasting often comes at a hidden cost: burnout, missed opportunities, and regrets. You don't need to build a huge firm, but you do deserve a firm that provides for your life without consuming it. Having you join the 200K club, for example. That's what we're aiming for. If these questions resonated with you and you found yourself nodding along, recognizing your own firm in these answers, then now is the perfect time to take action. I would love to support you more and more deeply in getting clarity and implementing the ideas we've spoken about in these last 10 episodes. There are a few different ways that I can do that, but they all start with a conversation. A short 15-minute chat with me or one of my team so we can get an understanding of where your firm is right now. Change doesn't start with big overhauls. It starts with clarity. So to schedule a call with me or one of my team, go to thebusinessinstructor.com/call. That's www.thebusinessinstructor.com/call. I'll put the link in the show notes as well. And if this episode sparked a new question for you, I'd love to hear it. Submit your question for a future episode by messaging me by email or connecting with me on LinkedIn and messaging me there. Meantime, I'll see you back for the next episode. You've been listening to Breaking the £1 Million Myth. If you enjoyed today's episode, I'd really appreciate it if you'd leave a rating and review. And you can discover more proven strategies for profitable law firm growth at www.thebusinessinstructor.com. Hey, we've rolled the outro and you're still here. Well, if you're looking for something else from me, then here's my tips about what to do next. Firstly, do what I recommended in that episode, because ideas don't change things, action changes things. Second, please like and subscribe to our podcast so I know that you like it and I'm encouraged to make more episodes for you. I'd love to do that. And thirdly, if you'd like to continue the conversation that I started in this podcast episode, then leave a comment below and I'll reply. Lastly, if you've done all those things already, then take a break and do something fun. You deserve it. Meanwhile, I'm going to go and do some sightseeing. See you next time.